Hi, St. Peter's, it's Father Stephen. A lot of you have been asking about our work improvement from the remediation of mold and build back. And so I wanted to walk you through our space as it is today. What you're going to see is a really clean environment, in fact, to surgical levels, according to our remediation company. But it still hasn't been built back out. So you'll be able to see kind of the guts of our building and the work that's been done over the last couple of weeks. And here we go. To our right is the old parish hall. You'll see they were using it and have been using it as a clean room. What that means is they were wiping down all these surfaces of furniture and things like that, and then storing it in here while they cleaned the different rooms. I'm not able to go into the kitchen right now, but one of the things that we found was a lot of mold back there that they hadn't seen until they got in there and started kind of rummaging around. There's a closet around the corner that you can't see right now. What they did was they went ahead and tore that out, didn't charge us any extra for that in order to get that extra mold out of there that was residual from some leaks. They're still working on the upstairs, which is sealed off, as you can see. That goes up into the area where Father Bird's chest is, which was also cleaned up. This is our old communications office, and you can see that they must have done some painting at some point. There's a different color around there, but they've got that all cleaned up. I want to show you in particular, kind of be noting the ceiling tiles are taken out. We're going to replace those. We had some infestation of vermin, and that all is going to be cleaned up. So coming into the classroom area, we'll start in the chapel and then we'll go to the other side of the hallway. We were able to preserve our mural, which is wonderful. They got it cleaned up very well without any problems with it. We're going to come in here, and as you can see, they were able to remove the carpet, and that's included in the entire hallway because it was very musty smelling. When we come back and start putting things back together, we'll see that we have a hard surface for the floor, and it'll look wonderful. Very excited about that. Again, looking down the hallway, you see the ceiling tiles taken out. Everything's clean. Coming in here, again, they're going to preserve the murals, what you'll see down in pretty much every room. They did have to remove the baseboards, and they'll be painting those wall surfaces, but obviously not on the murals. I don't know if you've been down here before, but we've got some really wonderful little paintings. I bet you didn't know that Minnie and Mickey were on the Ark back in the book of Genesis. Here we go into the classroom, the other nursery classroom, our other mural. You see there how much cleaning out has been done. All right. Almost done with the classrooms. Step over something real quick. It's one of our offices. Again, much of this is very similar looking. Our hope is that our classroom spaces will be ready for kids. We're also going to be able to convert one of the classrooms into an adult classroom space. Just poking in here. That way our children and adult Sunday schools can take place in the same area. Much of these rooms are very similar in appearance now. They've been taken out. This was Deacon Carroll's old office. See there. They did do testing on the floor tile also, and the floor tile came back all plastic. No asbestos, according to CERPRO remediation technician Brian Beckdell. So now we don't know the adhesive. Sometimes adhesives will have different chemicals, but the tiles themselves came back clean. So I'm glad about that. Our choir room, and the closet beyond. So what we're going to do in place of carpet, for those of you who are interested, is to go in and we'll put hard surfaces on the floor, but then we'll come back and put area rugs to soften up the space a little bit and provide places for our children to be able to sit and play and things like that on the floor. This last area may not be as interesting to everybody, but it is the boiler room, mechanical room, and so they've got that all cleaned up too. They had to remove some drywall and insulation, which they're going to come back and put in a different type of insulation that's easier to install and won't run the risk of future trapping of moisture. So we're really excited about that. And we've also opened up a few opportunities for more storage where needed in this little closet here, which was pretty bad. This closet was really bad with mold. So that's what's going on downstairs. They're working on the upstairs, and I hope this has been somewhat helpful to you all. They're working on the upstairs, and hopefully by not next week, but maybe the week after that, we'll be able to go and do a similar walkthrough so you can see what all's going on upstairs. We're not changing any flooring in there or anything like that. We are bringing down some of the drywall that has a lot of mold in the nave portion of the church, and then putting that back up. And as a result of that, they had to move the pews out of the way, so that'll look a little different, but they'll come back and put those things back in place. We won't notice very much difference other than some adjustments to our light fixtures in there to help move them out of the way of line of sight from the balcony. But most of that is you'll see pretty much similar things. The only difference that you'll probably notice is we are experimenting with the color. One of the colors in the old church was blue behind the altar on the ceiling in the sanctuary and chancel area, not the nave, which is where people sit, but the actual sanctuary, which is the space behind the rail for communion, and the chancel, which is where the choir sits. So we might see a little bit of a different color in that area, which again is harkening back to the traditional colors of St. Peter's when they were on Vulcan Street, is my understanding. So we're trying that out, and we hope that it'll really help make that space come alive in a way and be beautiful. So that's all we have right now. I look forward to our next video. God bless you. My prayers for you continue, and can't wait till we can get back together and pray together. God bless you. Bye-bye.